This is a tutorial on the 10-colored Tutorial-Skewb Xtreme. In this one, it's a little bit more difficult than a regular Skewb cube, but otherwise not that much different. So for this puzzle, I'm going to try to not use much notations because it's kind of difficult to use notations when there's 8 centers, which are these corner pieces. Okay, so the first thing I want to do for this puzzle is to start with any color, any of these cross pieces that are not really the centers. So like this blue, green, pink, red, orange, or any of those kind of colors. And I'll go with blue for now. From here, I want to attach these corner/center pieces into their correct places. So I know this is a blue cross, so I need a corner with a blue face, like this one. And I see the colors that are next to the blue are yellow and orange. And yellow and orange is here and here. Yellow, orange, yellow, orange. So looking at this, the yellow is on the right side of the blue, and the orange is on the left side of the blue. Over here, the yellow is on the right side, orange is on the left side. So therefore, this piece goes here. All I have to do is to rotate it. So that should be simple enough. And that piece is now done. Now I want to go on to the next piece. I see another one here. This one, the colors next to the blue are blue and green. Green is on the right, blue is on the left. So I have them here and here. And this is a spot with the green on the right and the blue on the left. So I have to put this piece in here. So I'm going to just turn that, and that one is now solved. Now this one is another blue. There's a yellow and orange, but since I've already used one of the yellow and orange places, the only place left for this piece to go is here. So that piece is solved. And now this one. The blue and green. That goes here. And that one is solved. Okay, so I've solved my first side in a way, but not technically a layer since the centers are these corner pieces. So once you have this done, you want to put that to the bottom and try to make sure that the other corner/center pieces are all in their correct places, not necessarily rotated in the correct way, but in the right places. So since you solved all of these corner pieces correctly relative to each other and to this blue cross piece, you know that they are all solved. So you just have to make sure that the other corner pieces above them match up. So this one, this red, orange, and orange match up. This one, if you rotate it counterclockwise, the pink and this orange match up. This one matches up, and this one, if you rotate it clockwise, it's yellow and red, orange match up. So therefore, all these corner pieces are in their correct places. Now you want to make sure you get all the crosses into their correct places. And this can be a little tricky, because it needs a lot of memorization. So, for this one, I see that none of them, other than the blue piece I just solved for, is in their correct places. So, I'm going to take any of these colors and put them into their correct place. So I know this orange goes here. So keep that in mind. I'm going to put this orange here. And then I'm going to put a pink here. So you always want to keep at least about 2 or 3 steps in mind before you start this one. So I'm going to try to put this one here. And for that I'll use 1, 2, and 3 pieces. So if I'm going to move 1, 2, and 3 pieces, then the corner piece/center piece that's in between all 3 of them will go in the front. And from here, I'll just treat this as my left side and this as my right side. And I'm going to replace this piece with this piece. So 1, 2, and undo it. 3, 4. So now this orange piece is now in the correct place. And as I said before, I'm going to put the pink piece here next. But right now that I'm looking at it, I see that this piece is green, which is opposite of the blue piece. So this piece, and this piece are now technically in their correct places. So all that needs to be moved is 1, 2, and 3 pieces. This pink has to go here, definitely. So as long as I can move these 3 pieces so that the pink moves over here, they should all be in their correct places, since the technique I just used always moves 3 of these pieces. So I'm going to move 1, 2, and 3 pieces, and without moving any of these other cross pieces. So for that, I'm going to use 1 and 2 corners as my centerpieces. And first, I'll move the yellow here where it belongs. I'll replace where it originally was, with this red-orange, and then undo it. Now, as you can see, the yellow moved over, the red-orange moved over, and the pink moved to where it needs to be. And by moving these cross pieces in 4-step moves, you can, like the ones I just did, you can always ensure that all these corner pieces will move either so that they are always in their correct places, or that all 4 pieces move. And that is what you want, because if in any case you have one of the corner pieces that are still in their correct place, while the other 3 are not, then that can get a bit more difficult and require some further steps. So that's why I wanted you to put all the corner pieces into their correct places first, and then move the cross pieces using those 4-step moves. So now from here, I could solve for the corner pieces, but before that I want to look for something else. So right now, I'm looking at these, and I see that none of these little pieces, little colors, on the sides of every cross piece, they don't match up with the ones next to them. In this case, these 2 do, and that's what it should look like. So I know that these 2 pieces are correct. Now to figure out which ones I have to change. So looking at this, since there's only 2 pieces that are correct, that means that 4 pieces are also incorrect. None of them match up. And another thing you should know about this puzzle is that these cross pieces, if they're not right, they're always 180 degrees from their correct position. So you just have to flip this around 180 degrees, and that'll be solved, and the same with the other ones. Also, they always move in pairs, so there will only be 0, 2, 4, or 6 of these pieces that are incorrect. However, since I originally solved this one correctly, that means that this piece will always be in its correct position relative to the other cross pieces. And since I did that, that means there will always be at least 2 cross pieces that are already solved. For example, these 2. So now I have to take these 4 and flip them around. And I have a technique that moves 2 of them at a time. So I'm going to group them. I'm going to have 1, 2, and 1, 2. So I'm going to first take these 3 pieces and rotate this piece and this orange piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as my center, or just keep it in the center, I mean. And I'm going to take these 3 pieces and swap them. And the way I'll do that is I'll move this one first, which shows that this piece will technically be rotated 180 degrees. So from here, I'm going to take this piece. If I'm moving 1 and 2 pieces, I want the piece that's on the right, so this pink piece, to be in the front and bottom. So from here, I'll do 1, then replace the orange, 2, and undo it, 3, 4. Now from here, as you can see, they're already in their correct order. If I just rotate it like that, that's exactly as it was before. But that would mess up these corners, / centers. So from here, I want to move all of these again, so that this piece does not get flipped 180 degrees again. So now, instead of using this pink piece first, I'm going to use this orange piece first, going the other way. So 1, 2, we'll flip that 180s, and back again, we'll flip that 180s again, and 3, 4. So now as you can see, if you look at these colors, this piece is solved, this piece is solved, relative to each other. So now this red, orange, blue, orange, and pink piece are now in the correct places. And now I'm left with these two, this green and this yellow. So again, I have a green and a yellow, so I'll move 1, 2, and 3 pieces. And since this piece is on the right, I'll have that on the bottom front. So I'll move this piece to the right first to flip this 180 degrees. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And now to move this back without flipping it, so I'm going to flip it 180s and 180s again to make it 360s. So I'll start with this piece again. I'll go the other way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now they're all in their correct places. And if you look here, all these colors now match. Okay, now the last step is to position these corner pieces again and to rotate them in their correct ways. So looking at these, none of these pieces are in their correct places. So I see here I had to take 1 piece and 2 pieces and flip them. And the algorithm I use for this will also flip 1 and 2 pieces. So if you can visualize this, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 points here. And that just makes a simple tetrahedron. The corners of a tetrahedron always move together. And these 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4 of another tetrahedron also move together. So if I swap these two, then these two will automatically swap as well. Okay, so from here, I'll have 1, 2, 3, and 4 pieces. So 1 on the top front, top back, bottom right, bottom left. And from here, I'm going to be moving 1 and 2 sides. So the left and the right. Okay, so from here, I'm going to start with the left side. So up, and then the right side, up, and then back down, down, and down. So that 4-step move, I'm going to repeat it 2 more times. So a total of 3 times. So up, up, down, down, up, up, down, and down. And that will swap these pieces. As you can see, this one's also rotated in the correct way. This one is not, but it's the correct piece because orange, red, orange, yellow, blue, red, orange, yellow, and blue. And the same with these two. If they're rotated, then they'll be solved. Now for the other tetrahedron, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. So again, 1 on the top front, top back, bottom right, bottom left. And these two have to be flipped so they are in the correct orientation. So from here, again, I'm going to use 1 and 2 and do 3 cycles of a 4-step move. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And now they are all in the correct places. Now all that's left is to rotate them. So the next algorithm I use for rotating the corners rotates 2 of them at a time. Rotates 1 clockwise, 1 counterclockwise. So look to see if there are any two corner pieces that can be moved clockwise and counterclockwise and be solved. I see 1 and 2 here. If this one is clockwise and this one is counterclockwise, they will both be solved. Okay, so I'm going to start with these two, and I want the one that's turning clockwise to be on the right, the one that's turning counterclockwise to be on the left, and also put them on the bottom. So now I'm going to do exactly what I did before to swap all of these corner pieces, and then I'm going to do the reverse one more time, and then these should be rotated. So this one's going clockwise, this one is going counterclockwise. They're both on the bottom, and I'm going to start with what I did before to swap the corners. So up, up, down, down, 1, 2, 3. And that's what I did to swap the corners. Now, instead of going up, up, down, down, I'm going to go, starting with the left again, I'm going to go down, down, up, up. That's 1. Now I have to do 3 cycles, so that's 2 cycles, and that's 3 cycles. And as you can see, these 2 corners are now rotated to be solved. And now I have these 2 corner pieces. They go clockwise and counterclockwise, so I'll position them like this. And again, so up, up, down, down 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. I swap the corners, and now go down, down, up, up 3 times. So down, down, up, up. 1, 2, and 3. And those pieces are now solved. And now I have these 3 corners left to be turned. However, before I had 4 corners that I had to turn, therefore I could move 2 of them and solve them, and then another 2 and solve them. However, if I solve 2 of them at the same time, then there would be only 1 left. So when there's are 3 corner pieces put together, there is no way that you can move 1 clockwise and 1 counterclockwise to be solved. They all go clockwise or they all go counterclockwise. So in this case, they all go counterclockwise. 1, 2, and 3. So just start with any 2 of them, and you will solve for 1 of them while not solving the others. So this one goes clockwise, and this one goes counterclockwise. So this piece will be solved, and this one will not. So from here, I'm going to do the same algorithm again. So up, up, down, down 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And then down, down, up, up 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And now, as you see, I have 2 pieces left. This one goes clockwise now, and this one goes counterclockwise. So one last time. Up, up, down, down. 1, 2, 3. And then down, down, up, up. 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And that is how you solve the 10-color Skewb Xtreme. Thank you for watching.